I've had a habit of installing multiple music apps onto my phones, and I installed a few more than I normally would in this case because I wanted to kind of showcase some of it. So we're gonna ignore Musify. That's kind of like one of those Spotify ones, but the other five we're looking at here are kind of the main ones that we're looking at. So obviously I've talked about Calyx before. It's what I've got installed on this phone currently, and so the default music app is basically your AOSP music app, and it's got your same basic music app capabilities. And if you go into the settings here, it's still all pretty basic. I was looking around for equalizer options, and with the other apps, you notice that I kind of picked that functionality for I was trying to find ones that supported equalizers or had their own built-in equalizers. And so yeah. So I've got PowerAmp as an equalizer installed. The problem is it's got like a 30-day trial and then it like locks you out from the rest of the features, but apparently it works to still equalize music after that or your sound. But so the default music app in Calyx, basically your AOSP whatever one. We're gonna go to that one. And so you can see it basically gives you the option, let's see. For a little bit, I think it had the equalizer option in here somewhere, but maybe. So it's got your basic, music screen. Okay, there's the equalizer. So it's got Calyx has audio effects as the equalizer, and for some of my headphones, it didn't seem to do the best. Okay. Aw, darn it. So you can kind of turn it off and on or whatever, and then add your own custom profiles for it. So yeah, it does. So some of the apps, when I try to go into the equalizer, it doesn't quite work out. So yeah, that's a thing. Default app lets you set stuff as ringtones, what have you. So, and then you've got your play queue right here. So the next one is one that I've been using pretty heavily, and that is A Player. It has, again, all the same tabs as any other music player, playlist, folders, what have you. And yeah, got your album, artist, albums, which is mostly the one I go through. The sidebar over here has a couple different settings. So you can import, export, playlist, scan stuff, like blacklist certain folders from being scanned for music, and so on. You can set your display stuff. It does have a special lock screen that will display lyrics if you ask it to. If you want to do that, you can. I've basically turned it off because in the case of the Pixel, when I fingerprint unlock, the A Player lock screen kind of gets in the way. It does go default back to audio effects for its equalizer settings, which is kind of like there, but not quite. So you do have that option. And then let me go to so when we open up the play queue or card, gives us, that's what it looks like. Here's our play queue. And then we can always go into the equalizer. And if we, come on. Doesn't seem to want to quite work out, but yeah. So that's pretty much the basics of A Player. You can send it down, and then of course it has it in the audio stuff up here. And one nice thing it does is it, when you pause it, it doesn't immediately stop. It does fade out a little bit on you, so it's not like sudden jarring, and when you continue to play it again, it fades back in. So the next one is pretty simple. It's interesting that, they didn't decide to use this music player, but it kind of makes sense. So you basically, you generally start off on the playlist side in simple music player. You can, again, these last 4 apps you can find in F-Droid, the F-Droid repos, or Izzy F-Droid repos. So somewhere in like some F-Droid repo, you'll pretty much find all 4 of these last ones. So you've got your folders, so that's kind of nice to be able to go through folders in your music folder if you want to. You've got it by artist, by albums, and then you've got your tracks, of course, just like any other player. The only sad thing is the settings options are not that fleshed out when you go into settings like you might expect. So if we go into this is what our display looks like. And then we can check our queue. Let's see. Could create a playlist if we really wanted to. Let's see. I don't think it really has any options. We can adjust the speed and whatnot, but it doesn't have much in the way of options that way. So it's just really simple is what it is. So it lives up to its name. So the next one is Music Player Go. And this one basically, because it follows your system theme depending on what it is, but it is a very simple looking interface. So you've got your albums, your songs, your folders, like simple music player, and then your settings are all in your tabs that you can swipe across to access. And then we can set our active tabs and so on. Let's see, and then go through, use the system equalizer and so on and so forth. So yeah, accessing your settings goes from the side, of course. Fancy animations across the board. Here's what our now playing screen looks like. It's basically just a modal. Got a couple different settings. Open our equalizer again. Speed setting. Favorite, unfavorite. Don't really seem to have much in the way of checking cues and whatnot. Yes, clear all favorites. So yeah, pretty simple. Again. And then, oh yeah, that's the one we were just in, huh? I think, okay, and then music player. Oh, that's right. So Music Player Lite is based on Music Player Go, so it's going to basically be the same. Except it's got its own slightly different settings screen is all. So you can set the color accent and whatnot. Then if we go into now, So we can look at that, the queue, and it basically has much of the same stuff. We can mess with metadata. So this is the one where the equalizer crashes, because for some reason it doesn't want to hook into the system equalizer or whatever. I don't know. So audio effects, it sort of somewhat works. I've heard varying different stuff about it, but yeah. Those are basically some of what I would consider probably a player and possibly music. Simple Music Player, the best ones. Maybe Music Player Go. And then the default Android one. Music Player Lite is still kind of debatable, but if you wanted something that sort of works with stuff, Music Player Go is probably your next best bet. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Algorithm really seems to like that, and it actually helps it get directly out to more people. And you can even join the chat and interact when I'm not online or what have you in Discord, Guilded, XMPP, and check out my streaming stuff. Links are all in the description places, and I will see you guys later.